Hello my beautiful and amazing people, badass Darkstone agents, Uncle Butcher in the building with one of my favorite Saint Elmos builds in the game. You can throw in the mix Lexington if you want to, but second weapon is pretty much up to you. You can use FAMAS, Police and 4 Carbine 7, doesn't matter. You will slay. And why I love Saint Elmos, because it will apply shock bullets, and shock bullets are extremely handy on legendary difficulty. As you may notice, I'm running legendary difficulty with 4 directives applied, and this has been ongoing trend for me like for 2 or 3 weeks now. I'm showcasing legendary stronghold summit with pretty much maximum possible directives. Fifth one is annoying because it forces you to use pistol in order to get ammo, so typically I am avoiding that shit and I'm using simply 4 directives. And as you see, this build slaps and we have plenty of synergies why this build works. And I'm not using striker, heartbreaker or any of these sets. It's pure yellow build with a lot of named items, and you will be surprised actually what and why I choose this build. Of course, will utilize Overdogs exotic gloves. It will add amplified weapon damage, new damage tier system in a sense. You will deal more damage to the low enemies or high enemies. We have 3 ranks, yada yada yada. You know how Overdogs works. And that's really important because we're gonna share weapon damage with our Cheshka Turmoil knee pads. Turmoil knee pads will split damage between 2 enemies, and that again is really important to stack our Bloodsucker talent. Bloodsucker talent will be stacked really easily thanks to Cheshka Turmoil knee pads. Turmoil knee pads will deal more damage because we are using Overdog exotic gloves and one of the best chest piece DPS talent, aka Intimidate. Intimidate will provide us with ridiculous damage buff. In my eyes, it's even better than Glass Cannon. Obliterate is a safe option, but if you want better DPS, Intimidate will be the way to go. And in this build, bonus armor is not that difficult to sustain. Like I said, with Bloodsucker Talent, Gunner Specialization, Medkit, you should be just fine. But before we continue, quick word from the sponsor, Demon.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates, but you still want to have all the best items in your game, then Demon.net is set for you. The absolutely amazing team on consoles. They will complete your order super quick. If you will use my promo code RBD for RBD, you will receive 15% discount on absolutely all service. Amazing deal, especially on right now. They have some crazy sales going on, so definitely check these guys out. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Drop your comment down below in the comment section or contact the operator, and the rest will be the history. But now let's get back to this setup. Saint Elmos also has increased magazine size, that helps quite a bit. I love 70 bullets, that works really well on legendary missions. Lexington has 50, but Lexington has really nice base damage value, and overall you can use whatever talent you want on Lexington. But for specialization, Gunner will be the way to go. Armor on kill will increase our survivability, and increased rate of fire will increase DPS, and that's of course after kill. We have foam grenade, benchy pulse, medkit with bonus armor, even minigun will provide us with bonus armor. In terms of my numbers, I'm sitting really well. I have more than 50% crit chance. That's, by the way, nice amount of crit chance if you want to use Obliterate talent. So Obliterate will work extremely well in this build as well if you want. This is simply template how I'm using build. So crit damage, headshot damage, overall really nice. I mean, nice attributes. For second weapon I'm using Lexington, but like I mentioned before, you can replace it if you don't have it, but I think by this time you should have it, because we had plenty of opportunities to get this weapon. But somehow if you miss this weapon, you can use FAMAS or Police and 4 and then Carbine 7 if you want. Pistol doesn't matter, we don't give a shit about pistol in this build. For the set itself, I'm using Named Yal's Mask. Why? Because it will provide us with additional 14% health damage, and actually at open world and even heroic missions you are fighting a lot of non-elites, and health damage will be extremely valuable asset to have on this build, because we will deal more damage to red mobs and purple enemies. Every enemy has health bar, and when armor will be gone, deleted, wiped, you will deal even more damage to the health bar, so that's really cool. And for chest piece, I am using Intimidate. Intimidate will work with Bloodsucker really well. I'm using Picaro's Named Holster from Arquebus because it has as a minor attribute weapon damage. I have seen people with 15% weapon damage, mine is 10. Is it glitch, is it bugged, I don't know. Most likely you could get, I guess, 15%. I didn't test this, it is what it is, I don't have to grind for some specific holster. So yeah, I'm using Picaro's holster with 10% weapon damage, but I think at least I have seen people with 15% weapon damage there. For the mod slots, you should use crit damage. For the chest piece, I am using Fenris with Intimidate, and for the backpack, I'm using second piece from Yal's brand set. Why? Because 2-piece brand set bonus will provide us with 10% additional weapon damage. So Fenris chest piece will give us weapon damage, Picaro's holster will give us flat weapon damage, 2-piece Yal's brand set buff will give us flat weapon damage, Intimidate will give us weapon damage, Yal's mask will provide us with health damage, Overdogs will give us amplified weapon damage, and that's all will be shared with your Turmo Cheshka knee pads. 2 enemies will receive all that shenanigans thanks to these knee pads, and I think overall this synergy is extremely strong. Pretty much every piece in this build is providing us with some kind of form of weapon damage. Assault rifle, I mean, this build is cool. Lexington has damage out of cover, obviously. You can add Killer Talent or Optimist or something between those lines. So yeah, you have plenty of room to improvise, but this build is really cool, really strong. And like I said, only downside is that Yal's gear pieces are kinda DZ exclusive, and you have to farm or look for DZ vendors to maybe look for some items. And if you can't find, I would recommend you maybe to buy and deconstruct to gain materials. In that way you could maybe craft something at workbench. But yeah, Yal's mask is must have, that's named item, and Yal's backpack technically could be replaced with Fenris backpack, but then you need Yal's chest piece with Intimidate. So there is nothing much you can do about it. We have named the mask, we have named the holster, we have named the knee pads, and chest piece backpack is left for improvisation, and gloves are kinda must have for skill, shield, and of course decoy or revival hype. Bye.